Welcome guys, this your boy Mr. G, and you're back at Essential G, and we got a nice November day. Snowed a couple days ago, and today it's gonna be 58 degrees out, I think. So you know what that means, right? It's time to go for a ride, fools. I haven't had this bike out in a little bit. Strange having two bikes. Roads are wet, so maybe we're gonna take it easy today. I thought I would talk to you guys about the most comfortable motorcycle I've ever ridden, or let me put that in a different format. The 3 most comfortable motorcycles I've ever ridden, and there's kind of a tiny caveat there. Now, oh, there he is. There he is. The reason I'm saying that is because that happens to be kind of my thing. That's what's important to me. Rider triangle and rider comfort, woohoo, are what's important to me as a rider and a moto vlogger. And so I'm constantly looking at that when I get on a bike to demo ride, and at this point I've literally demoed bikes that don't even exist anymore. So I have a good feel for this when it comes to the rider triangle and what will work for me. Now, why would I put up a big stink about the 3 most important bikes? Because my take on this thing is this: if you really love the ride itself, like as much as you love the culture or being seen on your bike, or you know, whatever it is, if it's the ride that you love, then you would want to do more of it. And you can do more of it if you're comfortable on your bike, because you can stay on the bike longer. They're doing it. So, without further ado, the 3 most comfortable rides that I have experienced. Number 1, the last gen Honda Goldwing. I will link the video so you can see for yourself, where I'm just going absolutely bananas over the rider's triangle. Now, here's the thing: the bars come like up and back to you, and it is literally the single most sit up in bed position I've ever been on a motorcycle. Like more than this. This I'm actually slightly leaned forward, ever so slightly. So on the Goldwing, you will never have wrist pain from you leaning on it. You'll also never have back pain from you being hunched over like that cruiser slump. Your feet are directly under you. It's almost like you're walking. You know, and so how long could you walk? A person who's completely out of shape could probably walk the mall for 3 straight hours, right? So you can just stay on that bike forever. But then on top of that, there's like a whole history with the seat. That seat is absurd, to put it short, you know, to shorten it all up. They literally were in the United States with an upholstering van full of stuff doing demo rides, because the bike was developed for the US market. And the prospective customers that had signed up would get off the bike and talk about what they liked, and they kept complaining about the seating, especially for the pillion rider, and then they would like adjust it and then put them back on the bikes with the new seats. And then they got that thing, which is like a lazy boy chair on top of a motorcycle. It looks absurd. It doesn't look like it should be on a motorcycle, except for it fits that bike because, as we know, the Goldwing is gigantic. In fact, it's probably the gigantor of the motorcycle world. In second place, is it really in second place? I don't know if these are in order, if I'm being fair. The The Harley Davidson crew has two bikes when it comes to comfort that are really hard to choose from. The Road Glide and the Street Glide. Now, the Road Glide's bars come up higher and it looks odd and looks like you're going to be doing the whole like ape hanger thing, but it's not like that at all. And for me, they were perfect. The floorboards were a little bit too small for me, but when I rode the Street Glide, I rode the most recent one, and although it had a recall clutch issue, am I going to get killed? Am I going to get killed? No? Cool. Let's do this! That was... Yeah! Oh my lord! Whew. They're just going to pull out in front of me, no big deal. So, wow. Heart beating through my chest right now. Sorry. I decide to gun it. They see a motorcycle coming at them at top speed and think they should pull out in front of me. I'm alive! Wow. So I digged, as far as comfort goes, I felt like the Street Glide was, the new Street Glide was a little bit better with the foot position. The floorboards were actually perfect. I mean, everything about the seating position and the comfort was just perfect. I wouldn't change anything. Now, you need to keep in mind that all these bikes have other types of flaws. So, like, for example, I find because I'm short, well, first of all, your height can be an issue, right? So if you're 6'8" and you get on the Street Glide, you're like, wow, I can't, like, these bars need to be changed. All right, but I'm 5'6", 5'7", with a 26.5-inch inseam, if that helps. So for me, it was flawless. The pillion is so comfortable for the passenger that, like, I actually consider being the passenger. Let's move on. Now this one, like I said, there's a caveat. Riders are out today, fools. There's a caveat to this. This isn't a motorcycle, in my opinion. This is a motor tricycle. Yeah, that's right. I coined a new term, a motor tricycle. You heard it here first. I've ridden now two different Can-Am, the BRP Can-Am Spider, and the F3. I posted recently a tasty walk around of it, but I unfortunately lost the demo ride of it because I forgot my microphone because I'm a doofus. We want me to say. There's no excuse. So I had to tell you about that thing. They tried to do the whole, like, what would an American, rider want that's in the market for this bike. So they did, like, forward, like, mini, like, oversized pegs with the bar swept back and a medium-sized windshield with this just absolutely gorgeous looking and super comfortable seat. Then a super comfortable seat for your partner, although they're kind of up on you. And then if you put the one I rode had the sissy bar on it. So the sissy bar was also the best I'd ever experienced. It had like a curve in it this way, a curve in it this way, so that it felt like it was like hugging you, like an add-on would feel if you were riding a full dresser. Like the top case would feel if you were riding a full dresser. It was stunningly comfortable, but I think it's a motor tricycle, not a motorcycle. But those are the three most comfortable things I've ridden of all the bikes that I've ridden. My bikes don't come close to the comfort of those three bikes. Now, if riding for long periods of time appeals to you, then this video should help you out. Especially if you're dealing with the Honda Goldwing or the F3, because you can find them used and get a decent price on them. The Goldwing, you can buy a couple years old with 10-20,000 miles on it and never going to have an issue. The F3 drops in value dramatically. So you find an F3 with 3,000 to 6,000 miles on it that's 2 years old, and it's at least 5 to 8 grand less than what they asked for, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Your boy Mr. G, the 3 most comfortable motorcycles I've ever ridden. Look me up on Facebook and Instagram, and like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you soon. Your boy G, and I'm out. Peace!